What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full My Hero Academia team. This one is for Patreon. If you want your theme team done, you can check it out in the description of the video under the Patreon link. Jeremy, this one is for you. So I actually only really started watching this quite recently, so it's pretty good. I've been enjoying it. Anyway, people, leave those theme teams in the comment section as usual. Any feedback on the video would be wonderful too. Now, do you have a favorite anime or TV show you like watching? Put it below in the comment section. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Let's get into this one anyway. So I had some really good battles. Definitely got to check these ones out. Now, yesterday, people, I did do a little reminder that the t-shirts and hoodies are out. Just giving another shout out for that. If you do want to purchase them, that is in the description of the video. Right, so we have a battle on my chat. This one was against Amber. So now we have a Crossel lead setting up the Stealth Rocks against my Tyrogue. Now, Tyrogue is a really quite difficult Pokemon to use because it really can't take a hit. Its stats are absolutely terrible. So this was the best set that I could come up with. So I've got, on this one, I've got Max Attack and I've got Max Health. I've got Bulk Up, High Jump Kick, Mach Punch, and Protect. I've got the ability Guts, and I've got the item Flame Warp, so I thought that was quite appropriate. Anyway, so I'm going to hit it with the High Jump Kick. However, it's got a red card, which is going to actually eject me out of the battle, and the next Pokemon is going to take all the Stealth Rocks and Spikes damage, so a nice item on the Crossel. So, swapping in, forced into my Zangoose. Now, obviously, Zangoose is taking after a character. If you haven't watched this before, this character has, ice and, fire type moves, so I could only use those type moves on it. The set I had on this it was an amazing set. I've got Blizzard, Fire Blast, Sunny Day, and Work Up, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, Ability, Immunity, and I have the ICMZ as the item. Alright, so Kanga's going to come in and use Fake Out and doing a lot of damage to me, and then it's going to outspeed me and go for the Earthquake. So that's my Zangoose down. So obviously a Max Speed Kangaskhan. So not much I could really do there. I didn't really want to swap much into that either. I was half thinking about going into my Spiritomb, but I didn't do that. Alright, so swapping in my Turtonator now. Now, this Turtonator was a pretty fun set too. This is actually a mixed set. I've got Max Attack and Max Special Attack with Brave Nature. Now, I've got Shell Trap, I've got Explosion, Revenge, and Dragon Claw with Shell Arm, obviously, and I've got the item as Normal Gem. Alright, so obviously, I knew the Kangaskhan would go for a physical move, so I went for the Shell Trap. Since I was running since I was running Brave over Modest, I think that actually did make a difference there, and Kangaskhan was able to live. But I was still happy I was able to get the Shell Trap off. A really cool move. I really enjoy using Shell Trap. It does take a little bit of predicting to use it. Either way, I wanted that character to use it as some sort of exploding move. Anyway, so swapping in Buzzwell, I thought this would be appropriate for All Might. Now, this is a special Buzzwell. People, this is amazing. I've been trying to get a sweep with this one for a very long time. Let me go over what this amazing set was. So, it only gets 3 special moves, which are Round, Hidden Power, and Snore. That's it. That's all the special moves it gets. That instantly attracted me to use that. So, we have on this... We've got Hidden Power, I've got Work Up, Roost, and Focus Energy. Now, normally I run this with a Scope Lens, but I wanted to run Life Orb because this character sort of just suits the character a little bit better. But I will be going for this one later on the week with the Scope Lens. So I ran this one as Max Health and Max Special Attack. So the idea is to get as many work-ups up as possible and go for that mighty Hidden Power bug. Anyway, so go for the work-ups on Buzzwell. So even after all the work-ups and obviously the focus energy, it doesn't really hit too hard. And it's walled by so many things. But that's what made it so fun to use. So anyway, we had the Mesprit coming in, and it's going to go for Psychic. I would have loved to get the Hidden Power bug off against that in a critical hit, but it's going to outspeed me. So it's obviously sweeping Mesprit. Right, so things are not looking too good at the moment. Half my team is already gone, so I've got to get back into this game. So I thought this would be an appropriate moment to send in my Politoed. Now, normally Politoed's quite bulky, so I actually ran this one as a highly offensive one with Belly Drum. Works fairly good. So I've got Belly Drum on this, Ice Punch, Waterfall, and Earthquake. Does perfect coverage that I felt for it. Now I've got the Max Speed, Max Attack, Citrus Berry, and I've got the ability Damp. So Alolan Executor is going to come in here. I've got, as I said, I've got Ice Punch, which is going to be really good against that. And since I've got +6 and attack now, and the Citrus Berry, that's going to be able to easily take it out. Now I've got Jolly Nature, so obviously the Belly Drum is making up for the attack, so you definitely want all the speed you can possibly get. 70 base speed isn't really that fast as well, so you've really got to run Jolly. Anyway, so I might actually go for that Politoed sweep this week too. It's definitely possible. So now we have the Mesprit coming in. It's going to outspeed me, so obviously it's a very sweepy set. And I'm going to live the Psychic on 12 health, which is really good. Lucky my bulk in special defense to kind of save me there. And I'm going to go for the Waterfall, which is going to take out the Mesprit. Which is good. So the battle is actually evened out at the moment. So we have 2 more Pokemon left. So we have the Poipole coming in. I love the shiny Poipole. Such a cool looking Pokemon. So that's going to outspeed me and go for the Dragon Pulse. And I was like, oh crap, it's going to get a Beast Boost too. So that's my Politoed down to. Politoed really actually got me into the game there. Things were looking like really desperate. So it's going to get a Beast Boost in its speed. So that's going to make it even faster than what it already was. Now I've got my Tyrogue, which is basically useless. I only have fighting type moves on it. So it's all down to my Spiritomb to try and get me back in the game. So taking some damage from the Stealth Rock and the Spikes, it's going to set up the nasty plot. So I'm more bulky in defense. So I was like, oh, this is bad. I've got to get this strategy to work. Thank goodness Hypnosis actually lands. So let me go over what this set was. This set actually is fairly good, but it's quite dangerous to use at the same time if it doesn't work. So on this set, I've got Hypnosis, I've got Infestation, Nightmare, and Pain Split with the Infiltrator ability item leftovers. So the idea is to trap the opponent in with Infestation, put them to sleep with Hypnosis, set up the Nightmare, which does a quarter damage each turn, and Infestation, traps them in so they can't swap, and also does extra damage to them as well after the turns. The other weakness with this set is if they wake up, you've got to go for the, got to put them asleep, and then you've got to Nightmare them again, and it's very, the Hypnosis actually is very, very shaky too. Now, obviously, you have Pain Split for health recovery because it doesn't really have anything outside of rest. And leftovers is quite good. Now, the nice thing about Pain Split on Spiritomb has a very low amount of health, even with max, so it's it's almost a perfect healing move to use on it. Anyway, so I've got to get rid of this thing. We've got the Nightmare working and we've got the Infestation going at the same time. It's like, at least if I can get like another one maybe off on this, I might have a small chance to take this out. Anyway, so going for another Infestation. It's not doing much damage, but I thought that's the best thing I could really do. There wasn't really much else I could do. Obviously, Infiltrated, the ability to is able to hit through sub, which is really nice too. Alright, so the Poipole is staying asleep, which is good for me. So I only need one more to actually take it out, and I actually need one more round of Infestation to take it out as well. Unfortunately, it's going to wake up here, and now it's going to go for the Dragon Pulse. Now, since I'm not very specially defensive, I'm going to get hit pretty hard with this, and it does just under half health, actually. I thought it actually might do a little bit more to me, but the Infestation is going to be enough to take out Poipole, which is, it's really good. I was actually expecting a one-hit KO, but obviously it's got a lot in bulk, investment in bulk. So anyway, we have one more Pokemon left, which is the Ponard. Now, Ponard hits fairly hard with knockoff. I didn't really want to risk the Hypnosis whole strategy again, so I thought, in case this thing has like a Focus Sash or anything like weird like that, I'm going to go for the Infestation, just break that and get some damage off it. At least it's neutral, which is nice too, and that we all know how much damage that crit did. So anyway, the Ponard's going to get hit by the Infestation a couple of times. It's going to knock off my item. Then it's going to go for the Iron Head. Since I'm bulky in defense, I'm running max health and max defense. I'm able to actually tank those hits and get a couple of Infestations off. So the last Pokemon I've got is my Tyrogue. Now, Tyrogue is going to get outsped by the Ponard. Obviously, its speed is very, very bad. It's not bulky at all, but the move I do have on it is a priority move, which is Mach Punch. Now, I already do have my Guts up with the Flame Orb, obviously, so that was going to be my best bet. Plus, the Mach Punch is 4 times super effective too, so I thought that should be just enough to take it out. And I get hit by the Stealth Rocks and Spikes, but I wasn't planning on going for bulk up. I was just planning to attack, and that's enough to take out the Ponard. And a very close game there. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a very fun battle. I got to use like so many of the gimmicks that I wanted to as well. Let's get into this next one. This is against Kobe. So now we have I ran with the same. Actually, I didn't run with the same lead here, because I thought that Mashana. I was like, oh, I don't want to really match up against that. So I led with Zangoose this time. So Mashana was like a proper Pokemon. I was kind of wondering how I was going to get past that. Anyway, so I thought, well, I can set up maybe some work up against this. I'm going to go for the Sunny Day. Now, Sunny Day was to power up the Fire Blast. Now, the problem with this set is only running Blizzard and Fire Blast. This is for the character, remember. Normally, I'd have a normal type move. But that made it difficult. So I thought if I could run Sunny Day and then Fire Blast, that would help me hit a little bit harder, and with work up, that could make my special attack a little bit higher too. However, we have a boosting move on the first turn from the Mashana as well. It's going to use Curse. I'm like, it's already really bulky in health and special defense, so it's going to be even bulky in defense too. So I was wondering how I'm going to get past this, and obviously it had something like some sort of healing move like Moonlight. Anyway, so it's going to hit me with a Zen Headbutt, doing about half my health, so it's going to be a 3-hit KO. Going for the Fire Blast in the sun, it does pretty good damage, but Zangoose has got terrible special attack, and it's not stab, and Mashana's very bulky, so I was hoping for it to do a little bit more. So go for another Fire Blast anyway there on the Mashana. Even with the critical hit, it's not enough to take it out, and the Mashana's going to take me out with the Gyro Ball. So that physical Mashana, I need a drink. So I thought, well, it's probably going to attack me again. There's probably no point in going for the heal, so I'm going to go for the Shell Trap here and just take it out with some style in the sun. I thought that'd be really funny, and unfortunately, it's going to use Moonlight, and since Moonlight gets a boost in the sun, it's going to get like a crap load of its health back. And yeah, I'm a little bit salty after that. So this was my, as I said, this was my mixed Turtonator with Explosion and Shell Trap. I thought like those moves would work really nicely on it. It's actually got some nice physical moves. Anyway, so I can't do anything to that at all. It's bulky as hell. I should have just probably taken it out. I had Dragon Claw. I probably should have done that, so that was unfortunate. So swapping my Spiritomb, expecting a Zen Headbutt, so I'm going to take, obviously going to absorb that because I'm a Dark type. Now the Mashana's going to swap out, and in comes the Unpheasant. So this is where things start to get really fun. So obviously you know what my Spiritomb was, the trapping set with Hypnosis. So I've used Infestation on the Unpheasant. Unfortunately, I kept missing here with Hypnosis and trying to get this thing, put this thing to sleep. Obviously, I think it was a Scope Lens critting set with like Air Cutter and Heat Wave, so it's really, really annoying. And it had Roost as well, so I was trying to do some damage to it, and it roosted its damage off. And finally, I think I hit for the third time on Hypnosis, so the Unpheasant cannot swap out there. I've got not Hypnosis, I've got the Nightmare and Hypnosis combo going on that, so I really had to take it out before it used Roost again, because that would be counterproductive. Then I'd have to put it to sleep again, tank more hits. It just wasn't working. So unfortunately, it woke up and it's going to keep critting with the Air Cutter, and it's going to be able to Roost again. I probably should have gone for the Hypnosis. The problem is, right, they can wake up any time after you put them to sleep, so you can go for Infestation for a little bit more damage, or you can just keep going for Hypnosis to put them back asleep. Anyway, so it's going to go for the Heat Wave, and actually fails to take me out, so I'm going to put it to sleep with the Hypnosis again. Thankfully, this time it hits. So I had 2 misses, then I hit it twice. So it's just the accuracy of it is really, really bad. So going for the Nightmare again, and that's going to be enough to take out the Unpheasant, but that critting Unpheasant was pretty cool. I like those sets, making use of that super luck as well. So now we have Scummy coming in, which is quite aptly named the Scum Tank. And that's going to go for the Dark Pulse. It's a special set. I'm not very bulky in special defense, and that's my Spiritomb down. So fairly even battle at the moment. Now bringing in my Turtonator. So I wasn't sure if I should go for the Explosion here or go for the Dragon Claw. However, they're going to swap out, and they're going to bring back in this Mashana again. Yay! So this Mashana is really, really annoying. So it's got to forewarn my Explosion. Unfortunately, I went for Shell Trap there. I was really trying to get Shell Trap to work, and it's going to fail. So Shell Trap's a really cool move. Obviously, it's got 150 base power, and it's a special move too. Obviously, it's a special fire mode. Anyway, so I'm getting hit by the Zen Headbutt. I wanted to go for the Shell Trap there, but I went for Dragon Claw, because I didn't think they'd attack. I thought they'd start going for Curse. Alright, so now it's going to go for a Zen Headbutt, going for that Scummy Flinch on my Turtonator. Since it's got nice base defense, I'm going to take that really easy. But I sort of got a bit impatient with this Mashana. Like, I just wanted to get rid of it, so I went for the Explosion and a normal gem, since it had already seen it with Forewarn. And that was enough to take it out, so I was happy to get around that. A lot of my other Pokemon, would kind of struggle to get around that. Like, Tyrogue is going to do nothing to that, so I thought I might as well bury that and get rid of it early on. So now we have the Whiscash coming in, and I thought this would be a good time to send in my Tyrogue now, since Mashana was gone from the field. So this was the Guts Tyrogue with High Jump Kick, and I had Mach Punch on it and Bulk Up too. So now we have the Skunk Tank coming in, so I went for Protect. I had to get my Guts up. Now I thought, well, I could go for a Bulk Up, or I could go for a High Jump Kick. Decided to go for the High Jump Kick. The Skunk Tank is going to go for the Flamethrower here. Now, since I'd maxed health, I knew I'd probably just live that one, which I do. High Jump Kick misses. Oh, and I'm going to KO myself, which is quite funny, because the character in the anime sort of, he sort of has like a sacrificial move. Like, he'll use it once, and then like he'll get like really damaged. So I guess just like the anime here, he used it like once in this. Almost died. So now we have the Whiscash swapping in to the Buzzwole. I'm going to go for the Focus Energy here. I was actually a little bit worried about that Flamethrower. So I've got the focus energy up on Buzzwole. So now I can go for the hidden power bug. I thought I could maybe get a few workups up against this thing. So it's going to go for Magnitude. Now, I reckon Magnitude looks so much better than Earthquake. So obviously Magnitude has a random chance at a power boost. Obviously, the highest Magnitude is actually more powerful than Earthquake, which is cool. But obviously, you've got to actually land that lucky Magnitude. Anyway, so it's going to go for a Tectonic Rage. Now, this actually came off Fissure, which is pretty savage. It's not going to be very effective against me. So I was wondering if it actually had Waterfall or anything, but it didn't seem to. So I had Dragon Dance and Magnitude Fissure. So obviously it's not going to do too much damage. Even after that Dragon Dance, it didn't do too much. I'm going to go for the Roost here. I love when Buzzwole uses Roost. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a ballerina. Anyway, so it's going to hit me with yet another Magnitude. I'm going for the Hidden Power Bug, and that's going to be enough to take it out. I just sped that little bit up because it was fairly long, like something else. So now I've got a Beast Boost in defense, which is +1, and we have the Electrite coming in here. So I went for the Hidden Power Bug, hoping this would crit because this thing is really, really bulky with Everlight. So the first one was a crit, which is nice. I know this thing has Super Fang and some other just support type moves. So it's going to hit me with a Toxic. So I was thinking it's probably going to have something like Rest, like a Rest for recovery. I actually like the Toxic Super Fang Rest Sleep Talk. Works really nicely. Bulky special defensive wall. Very nice typing too and very nice ability. So go for the Hidden Power Bug. And the second one was a crit too, so that was really, really lucky. That definitely would have lived if that wasn't a crit. So I get another Beast Boost in defense, which is nice, but I'm not sure how many physical Pokemon are left. And I know the Skunk Tank can come in and use Flamethrower now, and it's in range to actually take me out. And Buzzwole isn't super, super fast, or at least this set isn't fast. Anyway, so it's going to go for Fire Blast. It's got Flamethrower and Fire Blast. It's savage, and that's going to take out my Buzzwole. So I've only got one more Pokemon remaining to try stay into this game. So that is the Politoed. Now, this is a Belly Drum Politoed. I thought about going for the Belly Drum here. I really had to go for it because, Earthquake was not going to take it out in one go because obviously Politoed's attack isn't that great. Anyway, so I've got the Belly Drum up, and now Skunk Tank is going to go for the Fire Blast. I actually avoid that, so maybe it's Specs or it's like Choice or something like that. I'm going to go for the Earthquake anyway. So I've got the Belly Drum up, which is going to be +6. That's going to be enough to take this Skunk Tank out. So there's one more Pokemon remaining. Now, Politoed was sort of prone to getting outsped too, so if I was going to go for a sweep, I might put down a Sticky Wave or something. So the last Pokemon is the Victreebel. Now, Victreebel and Politoed actually have the same base speed, but this was actually a bulky Victreebel turned out to be. But +6 is going to be way too much for that to be able to tank. And that is game. I hope you guys enjoyed both these battles, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.